Hi yogis, namaste. It's Maud here again and welcome to your Yoga for Grief or Loss class. This class is actually part 2 of a series that I am putting together. So just know that if you're taking this class, I actually have other classes out there for grief and loss. Because as we know, we can never just be in one spot, feeling one feeling as we go through grief. Different days, different feelings, different emotions can come up. And so for today, I just wanted to acknowledge you and commend you for landing on your mat, for making it here, and for making time. For those of us going through grief or have gone through grief, we know sometimes that is the hardest thing to do, is to make time for us to heal, or to make time for us to sit with what we're feeling. It's easier to push away and let the everyday stuff sort of cloud all that and not prioritize that. But for those of you who are here with me today, my intention is to help you feel supported the entire class and really realizing that you're not alone. The feeling of grief and loss is a universal feeling as much as it is an individual experience. And so I commend you and I bow down to you. Before we start, just make sure that you have a bolster or your blanket or yoga blocks, whatever it is that you have. But for this practice, we will need a pillow. So the biggest pillow you can find or a bolster, please go ahead and do that. Like with my other classes, I also have here a symbol, a picture of the person that I lost, which is my dad. And so if you want that to be added to your practice today, it could be a picture, it could be a piece of belonging of someone that you lost, and it will help you in the practice, do that. Otherwise, feel free to forego that. If that doesn't help you, if that's not a beneficial thing for you to have today, then just forego that then. I'm gonna place my dad to the side so I know that he is with me when I'm practicing today. We're gonna start class on our back, so grab your bolsters please, or your pillows, your big prop. And I want you guys to just plant your feet down. If you have a pillow underneath your head, that's fine. Otherwise, just let the knees point towards the sky. Hands can be on the belly or open. And just letting that pillow kind of fall between your legs, and you're not necessarily squeezing it. You're just letting it stay. Take the time to find the length in the back of the neck. Take the time to land. And take the time to really arrive here. Let's all take an inhale. And as you exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Inhale in. Guys, release it out. You can continue breathing in and out like that if that was comfortable to you. Otherwise, you can also do Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose as well. And see if that works for you. If that's too much effort, if that just kind of takes you out of your state right now that you're in, then just keep breathing however you want to breathe, as long as it is conscious and with intention. Now place your left hand on your heart and place your right hand on top of your left hand. This is our heart space. This is our heart. Feel it beat. The beating of the heart means life. So right now, acknowledge living and not just existing. Grief can come in so many shapes, in so many ways. It could be a feeling of grief over losing a loved one. It could be the grief of losing a thing, a life, an idea that you once had and you no longer have or had to let go. Could be the loss of a loved one coming in pet form, in animal form. So however that loss may look like to you, please acknowledge its uniqueness. No matter how universal that feeling is, your grief, your loss is your own. In the same way that this is right here, your own heartbeat, your own body, and your own circumstance. And you breathe in and out just like that, 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. Release the hands. Perhaps guide the pillow so that you're sliding it towards you, a little closer towards your face. And if it's in the cards today, cross your ankles or feet on top of that thick pillow, thick furniture or bolster. You can interlace the fingers on top of it and just rock the body left and right. Acknowledge that this small movement can actually mean big things, big changes. As I've said in my other classes, we want to use the movement in the body to sort of dilute and to guide this thing that has the potential of feeling stuck, has the potential of growing bigger, and perhaps could be harmful or hurtful to you if you harbored it and just kept it inside instead of moving it through and dealing with it, using your breath, using meditation, using movement, using conversation with your friends, using energy, just to help you deal with it and manage it. Rock 1 more time, left and right. Being gentle. Come to center and just sort of clip this pillow between the legs. You can plant your feet down, open the arms to the side. And with the feet floating or not floating, it's up to you. Then just get a deeper twist left and right. This time we're still moving. We're going to get into our twist later on, but just do about 3 or 4 more on each side. Keeping your chest open, keeping your palms up. And these movements remind us of like the movements of life. Nothing is ever frozen or guaranteed. And having happens sometimes as often as losing. And the next time you're on the right side, just plant your legs on that right side. Turn your neck towards your left arm, your left hand, if that's comfortable to you. Just stay right here. Letting this feel good. The chest is open, so accept something positive in your heart space. Inhale back to center. Exhale, send your legs to the left. Keeping that prop between the thighs, turning your head towards your right arm. The chest open, facing the sky is like us sending a message to the universe. I heard, I've seen, and now I'm feeling it. One more time. And then exhale, slowly come back to center. Remove the bolster out of the way for now. Let's get into our familiar figure 4 shape. So left ankle on top of your right thigh. Pick the right foot up. If you want to interlace behind the right hamstring or the right shin, honor that. Wherever the hands are, it's fine. Inhale right here. And then as you exhale, just send that left knee farther away from the chest as you send the right knee towards the chest, keeping the back of your neck long. Try not to lift the chin up too much.
The tension that you feel outside that hip, in front of the right hip, perhaps your wrists or your feet, wherever it may be, or your jaw. A lot of that can be attributed to emotional tension as well, mental tension as well. So perhaps we use the exhale to help escort all of that out. If not all, then some of it out. Whatever makes you feel better. Last breath right here. Inhale, positive energy. Exhale. Feel better, feel better, feel better. And release. Plant the right foot down, right ankle on top of the left thigh. Open up the right knee. Lift the left foot. Interlace your fingers and hamstrings or the shins. Because this is not just a shape, this has to be an experience. Let's take an inhale here. Exhale, right knee away from the chest, left knee closer towards the chest. And you do that without holding the breath. We hold stuff up for too long. It could cause harm. And so even though we still feel grief, I still feel grief 9 years after my mom has passed. And so I always tell myself, it doesn't have to just be this one state. I can ebb and flow. There are days that are better than others. And you just have to acknowledge that and maneuver through that. Exhale, left foot down. Exhale, right foot down. This time I want you guys to lift your legs up, lift your arms up, and I just want you to kick your heels towards your glutes. Kick, 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 kick. And then you shake your arms. Shake. Shaking is such a good thing to do. Animals do it to release stress and release tension. And so what I want you to do is to shake and kick, shake and kick. Imagine all that emotion, that thing that feels stuck. They're like waters in your fingertips and you're just sprinkling them out. Kick it out. Kick and just keep the arms moving. Move, move, move and shake for 4, 3, let it out, 2, and 1 big breath in. And then exhale, turn onto a side of your choice. Gently pushing yourselves up. Coming into a nice quadruped or hands and knees. All fours. Make sure that your wrists are underneath the shoulders and that your knees are underneath the hips. And there's actually space between your knees. For now, we're just going to swing our hips left and right without necessarily moving that shoulder point. So just find these C-shaped curves, left and right. And find a nice stability here with your hands and arms so that the lower body and the pelvis can just go and feel good as we move left and right. One more. To the left. And to the right. Come to center. Slowly walk the hands towards the left side of the legs, the left side of the shins. Plant your palms. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, send the hips to the right and drop your head. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly come to center. Walk the hands to the right side. Find your rainbow. I'll be facing away from you for a moment. Inhale right here. Lengthen whatever you can lengthen. And then exhale, push your hips to the left. Beautiful. One big inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. Let's do a couple of cat-cows, shall we? So find your hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. As you do your cat-cow, drop the belly first, lift your tailbone, open the chest, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, you slowly round and do the exact opposite of all of that. Going inward, dropping your head, chin to chest, tucking tailbone, rounding spine. Do about 4 or 5 of these on your own. And these movements that alternate between looking up and looking down. It's kind of like life. Some days it's easier for us to deal with the world, to look at the sun and be ready and be okay. And some days it's just easier for us to turn inward and we just want to shut the lights off and just not be social, not have to spend energy with anyone else or anything. And that is completely fine. As long as we come in and out of it and we're not necessarily stuck in one place. We're not necessarily denying what's happening. Acceptance is a huge part of dealing with loss. And that is sometimes the hardest part. We're going to do some alternating spinal balance using the movement to kind of let the body help release some of this emotion that we're feeling. So inhale the right arm forward, left leg behind you. And then exhale, just plant it down. We're just going to alternate here in our spinal balance, left arm forward, right leg behind you. And I don't really care about where your foot is facing, alignment and all that. I just want you guys to move and feel good. So I'm not going to cue that a lot today. Feel better. 2 more spinal balances on each side. I'm down to my last one. Feel free to move at your own pace. And beautiful. Come to center. Walk your hands a little bit forward of you, perhaps like 6 inches. Turn your knees outward or have them farther apart from each other. Turn your toes towards each other and slowly bring the heart forward. Squeeze the glutes, perhaps lifting your feet if that's comfortable to you. Otherwise, keep them down. Just a short kind of upward facing dog here with the knees down. And then exhale, find a short child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Open the chest, face the sun, face the light. Exhale, go inward. 2 more of these. Inhale. And then exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly come to center. Draw the knees towards each other, but keep them hip width apart. Hands are shoulder width apart. Inhale, lift the right arm up. And exhale, needle that right arm through underneath the left armpit. Drop the right side of your face down, your right temple perhaps. And find this nice twist. Your left elbow can be down, your left arm can be reaching out, whatever feels good to you. Just let the heart space melt to the earth. Last breath right here. Full inhales. Full exhales. Slide your left palm underneath your face, or in front of your face rather. Use it to push yourselves up. Lengthen the right arm up. And then exhale, right hand down. Beautiful. We're going to do all that on the other side. Inhale, left arm lengthens out. Reach out to the sky. And then exhale, needle it through the right armpit. Find your hips and your glutes right above those knees. Turn the left side of your face towards the mat. You decide where your right elbow and right arm are going to be. Whatever feels good. Just breathe right here. Surrender. Surrender to the stuff in life that we cannot control. Or that we do not have control. Take one more breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Place your right hand in front of your face. Use it to push yourselves up. Inhale, lengthen the left arm up. Exhale, find your quadruped once again. And then slowly walk your hands towards your knees and rise up into this high kneeling position. You can tuck your toes under. Place your hands on your lower back just to protect the lower back. Engage your glutes a little bit to open the hips forward. Inhale here. And really draw your shoulder blades towards each other, towards the spine, elbows inward. Before you lift your heart up and perhaps you look up. And again, like I said, whatever stuff comes up in this practice, if you're smiling or crying or you just don't quite know how you're feeling, acknowledge that. Feel free to hit pause and do your own thing. Feel free to just do whatever feels good. Exhale, slowly come to center. Untuck the toes in the back. Sit hips on heels. Plant your hands on the blocks or just behind you, fingers pointing towards your heels, and just rock the upper body left and right. And keep the rocking, turn your fingers outward. Keep the rock, turn your fingers to the back. Whatever feels good, honor that, just giving you options. You could do the switches, you could not, totally up to you. Just open the chest, invite some positive energy in. Slowly come to center. Place your right hand on your left thigh, your left hand on your lower back. Inhale, make space in the spine. And then exhale, twist towards your left, wring out stuff that we really don't want to stagnate or feel stuck inside our bodies, our minds, and our internal dialogues. We need to find ways to move them. And for a lot of times, we also need to find ways to dilute them. Inhale. Exhale. Twist. Left hand on your right thigh. Right hand on your lower back. Inhale to lift. And then exhale. This hand on our lower back is it's a very respectful expression. And I hope to analogize that with me respecting wherever you are in your life, wherever you are in the process of dealing with your grief. And I want you to know that these are not impositions. These are just suggestions and recommendations, but you know what's best for you. And so I'm rooting for you. I am here today to help you feel supported. And then slowly unwind. And then this time you can find a close knee child's pose, dropping your forehead to a block or a prop or to the mat. Send your hands towards your feet and then rock left and right. One more breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Beautiful. Hands underneath shoulders. Rise up. Come into your quadruped and send your right foot between the palms. Send your left knee behind you a little bit farther. And let's inhale, rise with the arms. And as you exhale, just plant the hands down on a prop and then shift back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plant the palms, shift the hips back. You guys probably found a pattern in my poses. It's this days of being able to look up and be okay. And days and poses where we have to look down and kind of just look inward and spend time with ourselves. So my hope is in this ebb and flow, these two poses, these two different shapes kind of remind you of how we deal with life and how we are with life. Some days we're okay to face the sun, Feel alive. Be vibrant. And some days not so much. And just honor that, respect that cycle. One more time. Inhale. And then let's exhale. Beautiful. Slowly come to center. Find your lunge. Hands can be on the blocks or can just be on the mat. Left hand inside the right foot. Inhale, right arm goes up. And as you exhale, just open the arm to the back. Almost like you're reaching out to something behind you. Big breath, inhale. You're going to reach towards it, and as you exhale, you let it go. Whether that was symbolic or not, it's totally fine. Half splits. One last time on this side. Inhale. Exhale, find your lunge. Come back to your quadruped, hands and knees. 2 rounds of cat-cow just to neutralize the body. Inhale. And then exhale. Round it. This time, place the left foot between the palms. Slide the right knee away from you. Ankle underneath the knee. Before we lift up, opening up the right hip, but really the focus is facing the sun, looking up. Exhale, plant the palms, shift your hips back, find your half splits. Whether toes down or toes up, it doesn't matter. That's not the focus today. Inhale, face the sun. Open your chest, feel vibrant. Exhale, go inward. Open the back of the leg, perhaps focusing on what's happening in the body, getting us out of our minds for a little bit. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Let's do that 2 more times. I invite you to do that 2 more times. Last time right here, inhale. And then exhale, drop the palms or the fingers. Half split. Come to center, place your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Find a nice twist to the left side. Exhale, open up the left arm to the back. Again, it's almost like you're trying to reach to something there, something that was there, something behind you. Inhale. And on an exhale, you just let it go. Left hand down. Come back into your nice half splits. And you slowly come forward. Find your hands and knees. 2 more rounds of cat-cow. Inhale. Drop belly, lift tailbone, open chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, round it out. 1 more time, inhale. And then exhale, round it. Beautiful. Slowly come to center. Send your knees out, toes towards each other. Grab your bolster or your pillow. Have its short edge between your thighs. And then glaze your upper body on top of it. You can place a block or a blanket on top of your bolster. Open the palms. You can send your forehead down or turn one side of the head. And plant it down towards your prop. You can also sit on something that's comfortable for your lower back. But for now, we'll just melt and sit. Being okay with just listening to the breath. Dialoguing with ourselves in a healthy way. If you had one side of your face down, it's time to turn your cheek and your head to the other side. Find 2 more breaths here. And then slide your hands underneath the shoulders. Gently lift yourselves up. Stay in this seated pose, this hero pose. Hands on your thighs or your knees, and then just round the spine. Turn inward. One more go of this. Inhale, look up to the sky. Still the same thing. Exhale, turning inward, just acknowledging different days, different emotions, different states. And we don't want to force anything. We just want to maneuver through it and go through it, flow through it. One more time, inhale. And then exhale. Beautiful. You can use that bolster, that prop to sit on. We're going to end our class seated here. So cross at the shins or whatever seated pose is comfortable to you and available to you today. I'm going to grab my father's picture. I'm going to place it in my heart. If you want to do palms to prayer with the thumbs touching your chest, that's fine. Or you can place that property or the belonging, that picture on your chest and have one hand over the other. When I'm in this state, I can't help but move my body left and right. It's just such a good way to almost deal with what used to be there. It's just moving, flowing. And so if that is beneficial to you, I invite you to do so. But if you just want to sit or do something else, like I said, hit pause, do it. Or you can do this with me, whatever it is that is your choice. And you know what's best for you. Let's just take a couple of quiet moments here. Allowing stuff to come up, look at them like a cloud, and then let them pass. Knowing they're gonna probably visit us again. And then we will have to let that go once again. So just be quiet. That's okay with you. And just stop at the center and take a nice bow right here. Chin to your chest. And perhaps letting go of that belonging, that picture, that something. Press your palms together at heart center. Thumbs touching your chest. Drop your head towards your hands. Inhale right here, please. And as you exhale, bow down to your voice, your inner wisdom, your inner teacher. Guys, I really appreciate you for coming today to this class, for coming to this type of practice at a very challenging and perhaps meaningful and pivotal time in your life, and the emotions that came up. I
appreciate you guys for really maneuvering through that. This is a series, like I said, and so if you want to take my other classes, I encourage you to highly do so. It's a different kind of energy each class. Otherwise, today from me to you, namaste, namaste, namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, take care and bye.